The papers slid across the hood of my truck like a verdict. She didn't look at me when she said it. "You're nothing." Her voice was calm, practiced, as if she'd rehearsed it in the mirror while I slept beside her. The driveway smelled like oil and cold concrete. Morning frost clung to the windshield. My hands were still dirty from fixing the tailgate hinge she'd complained about for months. I remember thinking, I never even washed up. She turned away before I could speak. The door closed. Silence followed. Heavy. Final. I stood there longer than I should have, holding the envelope, watching my breath fog the air like I was already fading. That's when the old man spoke. "Nice truck." I looked up. He stood on the sidewalk, cane in one hand, eyes sharp as cut glass. He circled my pickup slowly, like a priest inspecting a coffin. "Restored?" he asked. I nodded, didn't trust my voice. He smiled, a small knowing thing, reached into his coat, handed me a card, black, thick, no logo, just a name and a number. "Call me," he said, "if you're tired of being invisible." He walked away before I could ask why. I didn't know it then, but that card was the first honest thing anyone had given me in years. Inside the house, her perfume still hung in the air, familiar, poisonous. I sat at the kitchen table and opened the envelope. Divorce. Irreconcilable differences. No mention of the nights she stayed late at work. No explanation for the sudden gym membership. No reason for the new phone she guarded like a pulse. I replayed everything. Her laughter, shorter now. Her eyes, elsewhere. The way she flinched when I touched her shoulder, like I was a stranger who'd gotten too close. I hadn't cheated, I hadn't lied, I hadn't disappeared, but she had already rewritten the story. In her version, I was a failure who dragged her down, a man she outgrew. I remembered the night she forgot our anniversary, the way she said my name wrong, too sharp, too annoyed, the way she looked relieved when I stopped asking questions. I didn't cry. I don't do that. I just sat there, staring at the ring indentation on the table where her glass used to sit, thinking about how betrayal doesn't announce itself. It waits, it watches, then it smiles when you're too tired to fight. That night I slept in my truck, and in the morning I called the number. He answered on the second ring. "Good," he said. "You still have timing." We met in a place without windows. He wasn't just an old man, he was an architect of exits, a man who bought dying companies, rebuilt them quietly, then vanished again. His name never appeared on buildings, his influence did. He didn't ask about my wife. He asked how I rebuilt engines, how I learned logistics without a degree, how I survived layoffs without bitterness. I answered honestly. Weeks passed. I learned things about shell companies, about silent partners, about how wealth doesn't announce itself, it listens. Meanwhile, I listened too. I checked phone records, saw patterns, not proof, but rhythm. I noticed how she changed her locks before the divorce was final, how her lawyer already knew my income had collapsed, how a man's car appeared in the driveway when she thought I was gone. I didn't confront her. I waited. Externally, I was compliant. Internally, I was mapping exits. The old man, my employer, though he never used the word, put me in charge of a logistics subsidiary no one cared about. I turned it profitable in 6 months. Then he invited me to Switzerland. The truth arrived in pieces, an email forwarded accidentally, a signature she thought I wouldn't recognize, a bank transfer routed through a cousin's name. She hadn't just cheated, she'd been planning, for years. The man wasn't her lover, he was her partner. They'd been siphoning, laundering, waiting for me to break so they could walk clean. I asked her one question when we met to sign final papers. "Did you ever love me?" She laughed, too quickly. I slid a folder across the table. Not accusations, just timelines. Her face drained. Hands shook. She tried to speak. I didn't let her. "I know," I said. Nothing else. Silence did the rest. Thanksgiving came. My daughter-in-law called, her voice loud, smug. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." I looked out at the Alps. Sunlight cut clean across white stone and glass. I replied, "Enjoy." Then I posted the photos, the villa, the lake, the private road. No captions. My phone rang 71 times. I didn't answer. She did. Her lawyer, her partner, her friends. Because everything she'd taken from me, it wasn't hers to steal. The subsidiary I ran, it owned the debt she used to hide the money. The old man smiled when I told him. "Clean," he said. By winter, her accounts were frozen. Her partner vanished. Her reputation followed. I didn't touch her. I didn't yell. I just removed the floor beneath her feet. I stand on the balcony now, alone, quiet. The world is wide when no one is lying to you. I think about the man I was in that driveway, holding papers, believing her words defined me. They didn't. They revealed her. I don't feel victory. I feel accuracy. She wanted me broken. Instead, I became exact. And when my phone finally stopped ringing, I realized something simple. I wasn't abandoned. I was released.